Hello, everyone. My name is Basanti, and welcome to this yoga class. We've got 1 hour in which we're going to focus particularly on heart openers. We're going to, of course, focus on the whole body and our mind. Now, we're going to start by sitting on our heels. Hopefully, that's okay for you. If it isn't, you can always prop a blanket or something nice and soft underneath your buttock. And just sit comfortably here. Close your eyes, hands on the knees or thighs. Take a few deep breaths all the way into the body. Stomach rises. Stomach falls. Chest and ribcage expand. And contract as we exhale. Slowly drop the chin to the chest. And keep your back straight and your shoulders relaxed here. Then roll your left ear to the left shoulder. And slowly roll the chin to the chest again. From here, roll your right ear to the right shoulder. And nice and slowly, you have got time, roll that chin back down to the chest. Slide the hands as far forward as you can, round your back, shoulders forwards, chin to chest. We're going to inhale and raise the arms and look up to the ceiling. Now interlock the hands, push the palms away from you, push the arms over to the right, relax shoulders, and we'll slowly look up to the ceiling. Still aware of that expansion here in the front of the upper body. On an exhale, come back. Deep breath in and exhale, go the other way, arms to the left. Slowly tilt your head upwards, looking up to the ceiling. And we slowly release, float the arms down and bring them right behind you. Now from here, walk your fingertips to the back. Palms can be on the ground. If it's more comfortable, hands on the ground. You can use books or blocks underneath your hands if it gets too much. And then we push the chest out and we squeeze our shoulder blades and we look to the front. And on an inhale, we look up to the ceiling. And on an exhale, we bring the chin back to the front. Good. Now from here, breathe in, raise your right arm. We look up to the ceiling. We breathe out and bring that hand back down. Breathe in, raise your left arm. And we look up to the ceiling. And we breathe out and bring that hand back down. Now from here, walk your hands back forward. And then bring your hands in front of you. Bring the knees underneath the hips. We're in our lovely tabletop pose of Parvastasana. Now slowly drop the chin to the chest and start rounding your back nice and gently. And then round a little bit more by pushing the tailbone forward. And we're going to inhale and raise our right arm and look up to the ceiling. Just stretch it out here. Stay and relax in this pose. Gentle twist. Now bend your arm, push that elbow to the back. Keep looking up to the ceiling. And from here, bring that right arm all the way to the left so that that arm is on the ground. And we're going to raise our left arm. And then gently push your hips to the right. You will open up a bit to the left. We want to counter that. And gently push to the right. Good. Deep breath in here. And we exhale and release. Left hand comes down. Right arm comes back. And we take a moment to drop the chin to the chest and round the back again, just as we did before. Good. Now from here, inhale and raise your left arm. Look up to the ceiling. Deep breaths. Now push that arm to the back. You keep looking up, just that elbow reaches for the back wall. And we take a deep breath in here. And exhale, bring that left arm all the way over to the right. Head should be comfortable on the ground here. Once you're comfortable here, raise your right arm. And rather than pushing the hips to the right, gently push them back to the left. See how it feels in your spine. And you release that right hand and slowly slide that left arm back. Now drop your head and round your back. Breathe in, arch your back and look to the front. Strong shoulders here. Breathe out, round your back and drop the head. Inhale and arch. Looking up if you like. And exhale, round. And now in your own time, breathe in and arch your back. When you're ready to breathe out, round your back. As you inhale and arch, the head rises. We can look to the front or up. As you exhale and round, the head drops and the chin comes to the chest. And one last time in your own time. Good. Now from here, tuck your toes under and push your hips up. We're going to start to walk our heels into the mat, feeling that stretch in the backs of the legs here. The head has dropped, so we're looking towards our feet. And the more we're getting comfortable here with stretching out the legs like that, the more we can start focusing on the upper body, stretching the upper body out as well. Straight arms, straight back, maybe keeping a bend in our legs if we need it. Good. Now from here, breathe in and raise your right leg. Good. We point our toes and then we're going to start rolling our toes, drawing a circle in one direction and into the other direction. And we flex our foot and drop the heel to the buttocks, keeping that knee nice and high. Take a deep breath in here, and on the exhale, look to your hands, step the foot in between the hands. We've got lots of time here, so walk it all the way in between the hands if it hasn't landed there, and then drop your hips and drop your back knee. The further that knee is going towards the back, the deeper that is, and you're not just working the quads. Now, nice and slowly, bring your hands onto the knee and look to the front. Good. Now we can stay here, or if we feel balanced enough, we're going to bring the hands onto the hips, roll the shoulders to the back, push the elbows towards each other, and drop into a back bend. Good. Now breathe into the front of the body here. Breathe into your chest, your heart, your rib cage, your belly. And then slowly look to the front, bring the hands onto the ground. And we're going to keep the hips low and just raise that right arm here, twisting as we push our right hip down. So you'll notice the left hip wants to come further down. We want to try and push our right hip down as we twist. And then maybe that right knee comes out to the side and we can come onto the outer edge of our right foot here. Now drop your right arm here, bring the hand onto your left waist, look to the back. Some of us might be able to touch the ground here with our right hand. That's absolutely fine as well. See what's comfortable, but make sure that you're gently pushing your right shoulder to the back. You're looking beyond your shoulder here. And we breathe in and raise that arm again. Breathe out and bring the hand to the outside of the right foot. That right foot comes back onto the ground. Very good. From here, push your hips to the back, send that right leg to the back, and take a little rest here, pushing the hips as low as you can. Drop your head, relax. Good. Now slowly round your back as you come up. Chin stays tucked under. And then we tuck our toes under and push our hips back up. Back into our Parivrtta and mountain pose or downward dog if you prefer. Use that strength in the shoulders to push yourself to the back as if you want to really wanted to lengthen your arms. Very good. And from here, inhale and raise that left leg, point your toes. Good. We're going to start drawing a circle with our toes, going into that ankle, feeling the arch of the foot, the top of the foot, probably also our shin and calf here. Change direction. And from here, flex your foot, drop the heel to the buttocks. Very nice. You take a deep breath in here, and we exhale, look to the hands, step the foot in between the hands, sink your hips down, bring your back knee down to the ground. Check that that foot really is in between the hands. If not, your knee is not in line with your heel. So that should be the case. Very good. And once we know we're in that perfect position, we bring the hands onto our knee and we drop our hips here, nice and soft. Good. If we feel stable enough, hands onto the hips, roll the shoulders to the back, elbows towards each other, and we drop here. If you don't feel stable enough, you can still come into a heart opener, just rolling the shoulders to the back here. You can even keep looking to the front. So make this a pose that you can hold. Wherever it is that you are, you should be comfortable enough to breathe deep breaths. No strain here in the body, no constriction of the breath anywhere. And we slowly look back to the front. Bring our hands back down. And then from here, with the hips stay low, and we inhale and raise that left arm. Now it'll become easier not just to drop that right hip down, we want to drop the left hip down, when we push our left knee out and come onto the lateral edge of the foot. If that's too much, don't worry, you just do whatever feels right for you. And we twist. We're using our right shoulder here, the right arm that's supporting us to twist the torso further. On our next exhalation, we drop that left arm behind us. Remember, the hand can come down onto the ground, or the top of the hand can rest on your left waist, doesn't matter, right waist even. But we want to roll that left shoulder to the back. Look to the back beyond our left shoulder. Deep breaths here. Good. From here, inhale and raise that left arm again. Exhale and bring that foot back down into the ground. Left hand comes back. Good. And from here, push your hips to the back, nice and slowly. This was quite deep, especially for a start. And we're coming into child's pose, just resting gently, feeling the hips relax. Just giving our legs a breather. Forearms should be on the ground here, because that way we know that we're relaxing our shoulders. So reaching too far forward, we're straining the shoulders, most likely. Good, now round your back, chin tucks under, and we come onto all fours. And from here, we walk our hands further forward. We're going to shift our hips further forward, tuck your toes under, and bring the elbows in towards you. Keep the hips high as you drop your chest and chin to the ground. If this for some reason hasn't worked, just come onto the front of the body, hands next to the chest, elbows high, squeeze the shoulder blades, tap the toes under, and raise the hips. If you want, you can bring the knees further in, just if that's comfortable. Now, interlock your hands here, unless you need them for support. If you find that you're super wobbly here, keep the hands on the ground. And everyone else, we press the palms together and try and raise the hands as high as we can. And release. And come all the way onto the front of the body. And then reach the arms to the back and raise your chest off the ground. Roll the shoulders to the back, squeeze the shoulder blades. And then bring the hands back onto the ground. Keep the legs completely relaxed. Push yourself higher. Keep a little bend in the arms so that you feel your upper arms work here. We look to the front. Now we keep our pubic bone in touch with the ground. We're not rising here. If you need to come lower for that, that's fine. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades, push the elbows towards your sides here. Good. From here, straighten the arms. Try and keep your hips heavy, even if you're rising a little bit here. Look up to the ceiling, and then raise the feet towards the head. Most of us might look something like this. That's fine. Just keep your hips heavy here, and try and push the feet as far to the head as you can. And slowly release, and push yourself back into child's pose. We spent a lot of time in child's pose today. That's because it's deep poses and you need a relaxation. Now as you breathe in and out, feel that expansion in your lower back. And that sensation of the release as you exhale. And slowly round your back and come up onto all fours. From here, tuck your toes under. And we're going to raise the knees off the ground. Keep your shoulders strong. Don't sink into your shoulders in any way. And then step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Straighten the left leg. And breathe in as you raise the right arm and look up to the ceiling. Good. We slowly bring that right hand onto the right knee and we raise our left arm and open up to the front here. Good. And from here, reach both arms to the back if you like. If not, keep that right hand where it is. Just let yourself drop into a little back bend. Good. Check in on your breath. Still breathing? Very good. And now exhale. Bring the hands down. And come back to where you were. We're going to take a little rest in child's pose, rounding the back gently. Just a couple of breaths here. And next exhale, chin tucks under. We round our back and we come back up onto all fours. Tuck the toes under, raise the knees off the ground, shoulders stay strong. And we send that left foot to the outside of the left hand. We straighten that right leg and we inhale and raise our left arm, looking up to the ceiling. Hips stay heavy here, so you're going to try not to push them up. Sink down into that left leg and into the hips. Good. Now left hand comes onto the left knee. We look to the front. We open our torso to the front, raising that right arm. We can stay here, or we can reach that arm to the back. We can also reach both arms to the back if we prefer. Decide where you want to be. Doesn't matter where. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Good. And on the next exhale, bring your hand down. And from here, raise your hips. Step the right foot forward. Sink your hips down, coming into a nice deep squat, Malasana. Hands come to the heart center if they can. Otherwise, bring them to the ground. Try not to round your back. If the hips are a little bit higher, that's okay. But keep your back nice and straight. And we'll just spend a few deep breaths here. And then we slowly release the hands to the ground, push the hips up, and shift the hips from side to side. You can bend your legs, you can shift your torso from side to side. Just go into your body here. And if you feel comfortable enough and balanced enough, you can close the eyes, just moving into the body. Good. Slowly open the eyes again and walk your feet together. Bring the hands next to the feet. We drop as low as we can here. Remembering that we can always bend our legs. We want a connection of our belly and the thighs. So this is what we're aiming for here. Pelvic tilt, not head to the legs. That doesn't matter so much where the head is. More about us going closer from here. Tipping down from the hip, pushing the tailbone up to the ceiling. Good. Now bring your fingertips underneath your toes. And then nice and slowly straighten the arms and straighten the torso. Again, you can look like this. That's absolutely fine. And look down to the ground. And then we lower again here, dropping the head and bringing the whole hand underneath the foot. And bring the other hand underneath the foot. Maybe your pinkies peek out from the side. Then we drop the head. And we balance here. And we breathe into the hamstrings. Good. Now slowly release the hands and walk them to your shins. Straight back, straight arms, looking down to the ground. Feel your toes. Every toe is engaged. You can raise the heels off the ground if you like. You can keep them on the ground, but be aware of what the toes are doing, how they're clawing into the mat. And now from here, raise the arms and torso, come to standing. Take a deep breath in here, and on the exhale, bring the hands to your heart center. Inhale, raise the arms, look up. Exhale, float the arms to the sides and come all the way down into a forward fold. And drop the head, bend your legs, hands next to the feet, just as before. Breathe in and step your right leg to the back. Breathe out and step your left leg to the back. So nothing new now. Hold your breath, bring the knees, chest, and chin to the ground, just as we've done before. Inhale, drop your hips and raise the chest. And then exhale, tuck the toes under, push the hips up. Inhale, raise the right leg, and then step forward. Two things here. On the exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, rise to standing from here. Keep your spine straight as you do. And exhale, bring the hands to your heart center. Same on the left side, Surya Namaskara. Breathe in, raise the arms, look up. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, step the left leg back. Breathe out, step the right leg back. Good. Now hold your breath here and bring the knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Breathe in, drop the hips, raise the chest. Breathe out, tuck the toes under, push the hips up. Breathe in, raise the left leg, and then step forward. Breathe out, step the right foot forward. Breathe in, rise to standing. Breathe out, bring the hands to your heart center. And we'll go again. Breathe in, raise the arms, look up. Breathe out, fold forward. Hands can come to the heart center as well. Breathe in, right leg goes back. Keep the hips low. Breathe out, left leg goes back. Hold your breath, knees, chest, chin. Breathe in, drop the hips, raise the chest. Breathe out, tuck the toes under, push the hips up. Breathe in, right leg goes up, and we step the foot in between the hands. Breathe out, left foot step forward. Breathe in, rise to standing. Breathe out, bring the hands to your heart center. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot steps back. Exhale, right foot steps back. Hold your breath, bring the knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Breathe in, drop the hips, raise the chest. Breathe out, tuck the toes under, push the hips up. Breathe in, left leg goes up and forward. Breathe out, right foot steps forward. Breathe in, rise to standing. Breathe out, bring the hands to your heart center. Good, bring the hands onto your hips now. And then gently push your hips forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Try not to engage your glutes until it gets too much, or if it gets too much, immediately squeeze the glutes. And from here, drop your torso towards the back. Look up to the ceiling. Good. Keep breathing here. Slowly come back. Inhale and raise the arms. Exhale, bring the arms to the sides and then twist your torso to the right. Look towards your right hand, as far back as it can go. And we take a deep breath in here. And we exhale and come back to center. Inhale here and exhale, twist open to the left. Look towards the left hand here at the back. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Come back to center. Inhale, raise the arms, look up. Exhale and fold forward. And from here, step both feet to the back, coming into Parvadasana. Good. Now breathe in and raise the right leg. Breathe out and step the foot in between the hands. Bring your left heel to the ground. And then bend your right leg a little bit more, maybe sending that left leg further away from you. And from here, breathe in, raise your left arm. If you notice, the hips shouldn't go to the back. If you notice that happening, just bring yourself a little bit higher here, bringing the arm onto the leg, or maybe you want to hold on to your ankle. And look up beyond our left fingertips. From here, on an inhale, raise your torso. Keep the legs exactly as they are. Push that left hip to the back so you're nice and open to the left. And then look towards or beyond your right fingertips now. Now engage your shoulders here. And then bring that top of the left hand onto your right waist. Raise your right arm and reach it over to the back, sinking down into that right leg. No weight is in that, there's weight, but the most of the weight is in that right leg, not the left leg. We look towards the left right hand and we come back up and we straighten the arms and we straighten the legs. Keep that left hip open here. Take a deep breath in and on the exhale, reach for the front. Keep that leg straight, don't bend it as you drop that right hand and raise the left arm. Same as before, nice and open here to the left side, but now both legs are straight. If you want your hand on the ground, that's fine. If you want to raise yourself up onto your right heel, that's great too. If you want to just hold on somewhere here on that leg, that's absolutely fine. We're adapting in any way we like here. And then slowly look into your left hand. Bring that left arm all the way over to the front. Open the palm to the ceiling and look towards your fingertips. Good. Now bring both hands onto your right leg here. If that left heel wants to come off the ground, walk your foot further forward. Good. And we straighten our spine. We straighten the arms. We look to the front and then we look down to the ground. And from here, raise your right arm and look up to the ceiling. If here you notice that left hand can come a little lower, and you can keep your legs straight and you can keep both feet on the ground, then you can bring that left hand down onto the ground. maybe even to the outside of the right foot. Drop that right arm here and look to the right hip. And then from here, bend your right leg. Bring the left hand on the inside of the foot, right hand on the outside of the foot. Keep that left foot on the ground and rise into Virabhadrasana, one warrior one. Looking to the front, shoulders relaxed, palms together or apart, arms nice and straight. You might look up to the ceiling if we prefer. Gently push your left hip to the back now and the right hip forward. Good, and then from here, interlock the hands behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades, open your heart. So this is not so much a back bend for the lower back. You don't have to come super deep here. Just roll your shoulders to the back, push the chest out, or look up to the ceiling. Keep that weight in the right leg. Good, and then from here, raise the arms and keep your torso straight as you drop forward as low as you can, and the arms come with you. Reach the hands all the way towards the front. Don't worry how this looks. You don't have to be down here. You can come here and be happy here. You can even be happy here. We can be happy anywhere. Good, and then from here, bring the hands back down onto the ground. Raise your back heel. Step the right foot to the back. Bring the knees to the ground and take a rest in child's pose. Of course, you can stay in Parsvakonasana in that inverted V shape as well, but you might need a little rest before we do the other side. Good, now so I'm staying on this side, so you can see how this looks from the other side, and you know what's coming anyway. So we're going to round our back and come up onto all fours and then into our inverted V, Parsvakonasana, mountain pose, downward dog. And we breathe. We keep the shoulders strong here. Inhale, raise your left leg. Your right heel to the ground. Very good. Now from here, you'll see, I don't want you to push your buttocks towards the back too much. Keep pushing them to the right as you raise the right arm and look up. Now, any issues here, if this is how you look and you find it incredibly uncomfortable, just bring that left arm onto the left leg. Just as fine. If you're somewhere in the middle, maybe you want to grab hold of your shin or your ankle. Just see where you'd like to be. And again, we do want to check in on what the neck muscles are up to. If anything here is uncomfortable, you just change where you're looking. You don't have to look up. If that puts a strain on your neck, then just look to the left, or to the right even, or down to the ground. Good, now from here, keep the legs as they are, and on an inhale, open up the torso. Come up with your arms and into warrior two. Still sinking low into that left leg. Left arm to the front, right arm to the back. You can always check on that right arm here at the back. It shouldn't drop. It should be in one straight line with your front arm. And we're gently engaging our shoulders here, gently squeezing the shoulder blades. Good. From here, top of the right hand comes onto the left waist, and we raise that left arm and reach it over to the back, sinking down simultaneously into the left leg as we reach that left arm to the back. We'll look towards the left hand here, palm is open to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, straighten the torso, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. We take a deep breath in here, and on the exhale, we come forward as far as we can here. And then we slowly drop that left hand and raise the right arm to the ceiling. Again, all options very welcome here. The hand can be on the ground if you can manage not to bend that left leg. And if you can manage not to push your hips to the back as well. You can hover the hand here if you like. You can grab hold of your big toe and raise your toes off the ground. So you're just digging the heel into the ground, whatever you want here. But keep looking up to the ceiling and now follow the movement of that right hand with your gaze as the right hand opens up to the ceiling and comes to the front, and we look to the fingertips. Good. Deep breath in here. And we exhale and bring that right hand down onto the left leg. Arms straighten, torso straightens, torso parallel to the ground. Now we look down to the ground. And then see if you can come lower. Keep the leg straight. Keep your right hand where it is. If you need to bend your leg, and then raise your left arm. Again, that right hand can be on the ground on the right side of the foot. It can be on the left side of the foot if you want to deepen that twist. From triangle into revolved triangle, or Trikonasana into Parivrtta Trikonasana. So quite a mouthful, but I thought I'd throw that in there too. So now from here, drop that left arm behind you, look to your left hip, and then slowly release. Left hand onto the left side of the mat, right hand onto the inside of the right foot, and we slowly bend our left leg. Keep the right heel firmly on the ground. Already we're pushing that right hip forward, and we're going to rise into warrior one. Now, if you're open a little bit here, that's fine. It's just that we want to aim to push that left hip to the back and right hip to the front. How it looks in the end is not that important. And look to the front or up. We keep sinking into that left leg. Now interlock the hands behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Keep sinking into that left leg as you push the chest to the front. And you can look to the front or up here too. Deep breaths into the front of the body. And from here, on an exhale, raise the arms, tip down from the hip as you drop the torso to wherever it is that you are comfortable. You can rest your torso on that leg. You can come lower on the inside of the leg. See what feels comfortable for you. And we release the hands. We raise the back heel. We step back and drop the knees to the ground. Push your hips to the back and reach the arms to the front. Yeah, now from here, walk your hands back in. Come to sit on your heels. Roll your shoulders to the back. Bring the hands behind you. Push the chest out. So what we did before, again, you can be on your fingertips, or you can use books or blocks to support you a little bit better here, to make you come a little bit higher. Or you can come further now, bringing your forearms onto the ground and pushing the chest out here. And maybe, if it's comfortable, dropping the head to the back. Good. Now, for those who want to go even further from here, keep the knees heavy as you come all the way onto your back here. Feel the shoulders, the arms also as well, but the shoulder blades starting to relax on the ground again. Knees don't push up, they drop so that your front of the lower leg firmly in touch with the ground. If you want, you can now grab hold of your elbows above your head. Now don't worry where you are. This here is just one option. Stay here if you like. You are more comfortable with the forearms on the ground. Beautiful. Stay. If the head to the back is uncomfortable, you can look to the front. So there's many, many options here, including the one that we had at the beginning, where we were really just pushing the chest to the front and we were staying on our hands. And stay here for a couple more breaths. Nice deep breath. And then very slowly make your way back up to seated. We're going to swing our legs to the front, starting by just bringing the soles of the feet firmly onto the ground, legs about, or feet about hip distance apart. And from here, bring the hands underneath the knees, elbows push to the sides as we drop our torso. Good, and then the hands come to the front, and we drop our head, we round our shoulders. Good. Now from here, grab hold of the big toes, walk the feet together. If you need to come a little higher, so that the soles of the feet touch, and the knees can drop a little lower. And we drop lower too. And if we don't drop lower, we drop again, just a tiny little bit, after having come up. And we'll come a little bit higher, and we'll bring the hands and arms underneath the legs. And then bring your feet a tiny little bit further in. Doesn't have to be much. And again, drop the head and let your torso get heavy. Good. And from here, release the hands, come up, straighten the spine, and then straighten the legs, flex your feet, and slide the arms as far forward as you can. Keep your spine straight. And only when you can go no further, let yourself drop down, and now you're allowed to round. It's just that we don't want to round too much. We don't want to start from here. And then all we do is just bring the shoulders forward. So tipping down first, coming further forward, and then rounding as much as we like. And don't worry where you're holding on. This should be completely up to your shoulders. Keep them relaxed, and then hold on wherever it's comfortable for you. Okay, now from here, straighten the arms and straighten the torso. And then raise the arms, bring them next to the ears. Look up to the ceiling and straighten the torso all the way. Bring the hands behind you, fingertips inwards, point the toes, take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, push your hips up. Now, if this is too much, bend your legs and push the hips up here. Whichever you prefer. We can look up, we can look to the front, we can look all the way to the back. And slowly release. Very good. And we raise the arms, bring the feet onto the ground, and reach forward, drop down. And from here, slide the hands just underneath the knees, slowly come up, and rounding the back, come onto your back. Drop the head, back of the head gets heavy, knees are close to the chest. Okay, now from here, slowly send that left leg away from you. Keep the right knee close to the chest. And then hook that left hand underneath the right leg and maybe slide the forearm underneath the leg. Reach your right arm to the right, hand on the ground, and we bring that right knee over to the left. Turn the head to the right. Keep your right shoulder firmly on the ground and push that knee gently down, as low as is comfortable for you here. We'll slowly come back and stretch out our right leg, and we'll bring our left knee in towards us. Now bring that right hand underneath the left knee, maybe slide the forearm underneath the left leg, and then from here, left arm to the left, hand on the ground, and bring that left knee over to the right. So really pushing that hip over to the right, and your head to the left. Keep your shoulder relaxed here and touch with the ground. Very good. Slowly come onto your back again. And then stretch that left leg away from you. Raise the arms up over the head. Stretch it out. And then bring the soles of the feet down into the ground. Bring the knees in towards you. Bring your knees apart and slide the hands on the inside of the legs as far down as you can. For some of us, that might be the shins, it might be the ankles. Maybe you can grab hold of the sole of the foot, or maybe just even the big toe. And we're going to raise our flexed foot up, but keep the knees nice and low. And try not to raise your buttocks here. Try and keep your tailbone nice and heavy. Back of the head is on the ground. The eyes can close. We breathe into our open heart, into every part of our body. And the lungs slowly fill with air. And I slowly let go. And I slowly bring the feet down and have the knees in towards us again. Deep breaths. And from here, we gently release the feet to the ground. Open the palms to the ceiling. Stretch the arms and legs away from you. If you have enough space for that, they can be off the mat. Toes turn out to the side. And start feeling the breath in the nostrils. Feel the cool air go in. Feel the warmed up air leave your body. Feel our sensations in the nostrils. How they're different on the in and out breath. There's that breath traveling down your throat. Into the chest. Rib cage. And stomach. All the way into the lower abdomen. Let your shoulders relax. The arms get heavy. And your hands and fingers soften all the way into the fingertips. Feel the expansion and that deflation of the upper body with every in and out breath. Feel the relaxation through the upper body. Let it spread to your hips, pelvis. Feel the sitting bones relax. Your butt cheeks soft. Feel the heaviness in your legs, soft knees and ankles and feet. Feel the relaxation in your toes. Come back to your breath. Observe your breath. Every time you exhale, feel your body get even heavier. Every time you inhale, grab that strength and stability from the earth below you. In through the nose and out. Now very slowly start deepening your breath, guiding it in slowly. Maybe holding at the top if you like, and letting it go with all the time that you have. No one rushing you. Deep and slow breath. On your next deep breath in, Raise the arms up over the head. Point your fingers and toes. Move into your ankles and wrists. And then slowly bring the soles of the feet onto the ground. Take your time coming onto the right side of the body. On a slow exhalation, we make our way up to seated. We can keep the eyes closed. Just drop the chin to the chest. And let some movement into your head, to your neck. Just rolling the chin over to the shoulder and down to the chest. Over to the other shoulder and down to the chest a few times. If there's any tension anywhere, and you can hold there if you like. You can draw a full circle if you like, but keep it nice and easy, slow and steady. And keep your breath nice and deep. Once your chin is on the chest again, round your shoulders forwards. Push your mid back to the back and your shoulders to the front. Chin on chest. And slowly roll the head back up. And rub our hands together. And place the palms over our face. And we take our time here, keeping the hands over the eyes. And we slowly open the eyes. And ready, we release and bring the hands to the heart center.